Super off topic, but I am so craving some japchae right now. Like, it's insane. I don't know why. Like, if I had some japchae, right, there's some strange things I would do for some japchae. Anyway, hi, hello, and welcome to the Random Talks, where we speak of everything and nothing at the same damn time. Welcome to the second episode of xploration. Yes, that's the name. I know some of y'all are like, wait, what? That's the name? Yes, girl. We have a name, and it's xploration. I'm debating whether I want to do a certain day that I post these in addition to a Thursday post, but I'm still thinking about it. Not too much now. Let me cook. Let me cook. I'll think about it. But welcome to an episode of xploration. Today we are going to be talking about genders, gender benders. We're going to be talking about genders, but we're going to be speaking of intersex individuals in particular. Now, if you yourself are asking, well, Kyra, what exactly is an intersex person? And wait, what is intersex? Let me pull up the definition for you right now. The definition of intersex is a general term for people with sex characteristics that are not typically considered male or female. Intersex people have a variety of sex traits, including chromosomes, genitals, reproductive organs, hormonal patterns, and secondary sex traits. It's just so interesting how we as humans are just so diverse, but we like to stick into two. Like, there's two sections that we as humans would prefer to stick in. It's just man, woman, that's it. When we are just so much more, of course, than gender, but we are just so much more as people and as a species. Mind you, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm none of that. I'm just a curious girl on the internet, and I'm gonna keep saying that until this podcast is done. I'm just a curious girl on the internet, and I learned about intersexual individuals last year. Mind you, I'm 21 years old. So I went 20 years of my life without knowing about intersexual people and how they are just like you and I. Like, it's just, it should be normalized. Everyone should be learning about this. I didn't learn this in school. And it's kind of heartbreaking to say, because maybe my classmate or even someone sitting right next to me was someone that was like, okay, I'm learning about this, but I look like this. Where do I fit in? So I want to make this episode about intersexual people so they feel noticed, or so that they know that they are not invisible. Like, they're not invisible. Like, they don't just exist. And I hate this thing where it's unfortunate that maybe some people feel as if intersex people should live in the shadows or that they shouldn't exist. That's sad. And it's disheartening. Sorry for the little rant, but I wanted to begin this by saying I am not a specialist at all. And if I do get some things wrong, please feel free to respectfully correct me in the comment sections, because I'm always open to learn. I'm just a girl on the internet that wants people to learn with me, and this is something that I want to learn more about. So I was like, why not just slap it on a podcast and we all learn? You know what I mean? So let's first get into chromosomes. Intersex people may have chromosomes that are different from the typical male XY or female XX combinations. For example, people with Klinefelter, I hope that's how you say it, I'm not going to repeat it again because that would be embarrassing, syndrome have an extra X chromosome, so XXY. Why are we not getting taught this in school? I swear, well, I did go to a public school. Maybe some people were getting taught this in school, and it just, my school was like, listen, the budget we ain't got enough budget to be inclusive, bitch. Oh, no, sorry. I told myself first 5 minutes I will not be cursing, so I won't. But we ain't got enough budget to be inclusive, person, human. Also, maybe I just wasn't paying attention in school. I was literally always in a book or drawing, so maybe I just missed that part of the lecture. Anyway, reproductive organs. Intersex people may have reproductive organs or genitals that fall outside the male/female category. For example, someone might have both ovarian and testicular tissues. So you can have tissues from the listen, I'm just assuming that's what this means. You can have tissues, ovary tissues, and you can have ball tissues. You can't tell me that's not fucking cool. I'm sorry. I hear that and I'm like, whoa. What do you mean? Like, tell me more. You can tell me you don't hear that and you're like, interesting. Let me hear some more. But that's only because, like, we don't learn this I don't want to say we don't learn this, but I did not learn this. And I know a lot of people in my life did not learn this. Like, I'm educating friends and family. I'm like, did you know this? Like, I'm researching for the podcast. And I'm like, did you know that we could have 3 chromosomes? I mean, some people was like, yeah, since they got their degree and they know every fucking thing. I said, well, bitch, get the fuck off my phone. I just wanted, see, there I go again. Well, girl, get off my phone. I just wanted to come in front of you and speak some knowledge that you already had. You could have been nice about it. That's all. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm gonna send this clip right to you, girl. You were rude. Well, I mean, don't take this to heart, though, because I'm still coming over, because I know you cook it for Thanksgiving, and I want some leftovers. You know, I love my leftovers, girl. Anyway, last one I have here is hormones. Intersex people may have lower than typical levels of hormones, like testosterone and estrogen, or sometimes none at all. This can affect how a person's secondary sex characteristics develop. I'm reading this and I'm thinking to myself, even though this is so cool, I hope that, children that are intersex, or even people that are intersex, that were at some point children, like, they know that they are normal and they're not odd just because not many people speak about being intersex. Because apparently some people go their life, or a good portion of their life, without knowing that they are considered intersex. And that's so interesting to me, because you go to these doctors and they're like, you're perfectly fine. Oh, you just have a bit more of this. Oh, you just have a bit more of this. And the whole time you're intersex. So I just thought that was quite interesting. Just so you know, intersex people can have any gender identity or sexual orientation. Let me repeat that again. Intersex people can have any gender identity or sexual orientation. For example, an intersex person may identify as a man, a woman, non-binary, or transgender. I just wanted to make sure I said that, because not every intersex person identifies as they, them. Some are just like, no, I'm a woman. Oh, no, I'm a man. Oh, no, I'm non-binary. So just be maybe cautious when you do speak to someone that is intersex, or that even if they mention it and be like, oh, what are your pronouns? You should be asking, what are your pronouns to people? I need to do that more often, because sometimes I'll be like, girl, but I don't say girl because you're a girl. I just say girl to be girl. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. Whatever. So just keep that in mind. Just put it in the back of your head. Maybe you might not even have to use it, but just keep it in mind, just to be open-minded. It's good. It's better to know than not to know. While researching, I did see Teen Vogue has a little article of people speaking about how they knew or how they found out that they were intersex. And I really wanted to try and include this in here, because I'd rather someone that is intersex to speak for themselves and speak for their community, rather than me just going on the internet, finding little clips of little articles, mashing it together and then speaking. No, I'd rather they speak and let their voice be heard. The first person we have here is Banti, and they identify as they, them. They're 18 and from Massachusetts. From the day I was born, it was clear my body was intersex. I lived in India until my parents, who are from the United States, adopted me at age 2. Doctors in India performed surgeries without my consent to make my genitalia look typically female. That meant a clitoroplasty, vaginoplasty, followed by a series of dilations. Because of the surgeries, I suffered from soreness, stinging pains, and a PTSD-like response in medical settings. I first heard the term intersex during 1st or 2nd grade when my parents took me to a checkup. Before I heard the word intersex, I used the term DSD, a medical phrase meaning disorder of sex development. I still feel that doctors use language which makes me feel like a specimen. Today, I feel my body is out of my control. I have a uterine structure that gives me a period. Doctors never told me about my body until I was surprised by bleeding. I wish I was fully informed. Man. I first want to start with the surgeries that took place without their consent. This is probably the best example that I can think of, but some people, like, there's a really big debate on whether or not the foreskin of a child should be cut off. I don't want to cut the foreskin of my child off when I get to that point. Some people might be like, oh, why wouldn't you do it? They're going to thank you when they get older, blah, 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 blah. I just don't feel comfortable, not only as a parent, but as a person, being like, you know what? I don't want you to have this, not because of a medical condition, but I'm going to take it off because it looks better. Unless it's something that's life-threatening or will be life-threatening to my child, for cosmetic reasons, I'm not doing that. I should not have a say to go and cut pieces of your body off of your body because of the way I think, because of the way I feel. Now, at some point, if you get older and you be like, Mom, I want to cut this stuff I got off, I'm be like, what? Well, baby, here's the money. I'll take care of you. I'll bring you some chicken soup when you in bed. You want some, okay? I will help you when we get to that point. I don't want to sit here and make decisions based off of my view of what looks good, based off of my view of what I would prefer. And so I feel like the same thing goes for the typical female look that they were trying to enforce onto this child. You wanted their privates to look like the typical female privates. And now this person lives with soreness, stinging pain, and PTSD-like responses in the medical settings. So essentially you ruin this person's life because of what you think that they should have looked like. Does that make sense? Because it don't make no sense to me. I just feel like that is so unfair. I know that was a little rant, but I just feel like it is so unfair to sit here and modify a child based off of what you think. That's just like, I want Dobermans. I don't know how you say it. Dobermans, whatever. I be saying Dobermans, but I want Dobermans. And the typical look for a Doberman, you cut their ears and they look all sharp and pointy. Now, to my knowledge, I don't know if that's for medical reasons or not. I don't think it is. But some people just be snipping their ears because, they look cool, they look spicy, No, I'm not doing that. Because why would I go and put that poor baby through all that shit with the ears and you got to take the wrappings off and clean it and put it back on? Girl, no. Just because it look cool. They look cool. What? Why would I go and do that? I'm not because it's cosmetic. Not everything cosmetically pleasing should be done. Ooh. Not everyone is going to understand that, but not everything cosmetically pleasing needs to be done. I had to say it one more time just so y'all can really hear it in your mind. Next person we have here is Johnny, that uses all pronouns. They're 23 and from Washington. I am a Black, Indigenous, plus-size, intersex, trans femme. And yes, you can reside at the intersection of all these identities. It's so important to acknowledge and dispel the myths of what an intersex person is supposed to look like. We often see thin, white-coated people in the media, especially around the movement, but that is simply not true. I knew I had surgeries as a young child. I learned the truth about what happened much later on. I didn't hear the word intersex until I met other people online through Intersex advocacy group. We are here. Our bodies are not wrong. Our bodies break the binary. Our bodies are whole. Our stories may seem to always live in the world of sadness, but we are thriving and fighting in a society that constantly erases us. I have to remember to tell myself that my body is powerful and it is full of the groundbreaking fight for liberation. I am proud to be intersex and live my truth authentically and fully. Just a round of applause. I'm not going to actually be clapping because this is a podcast, but it's just a round of applause. Again, I just feel like everyone needs to hear that, just so we're all on the same page that their body isn't incomplete. Their bodies aren't wrong. Their bodies aren't odd. They're here. They live. They deserve to be here. They're not like just some weird monster mutation. Like that's not okay to think that way. And I feel like maybe everyone should read that or even hear stories from people that are intersex so they can have an idea of what intersex is and how a person lives their day-to-day being intersex and being normal. Like, it's really unfortunate that because they're seen as an anomaly that these procedures are then pushed onto them and it makes more complication. Like, it just grows complications that probably weren't there to begin with. So it's like you not only made a decision for me to try and correct me, and then this whole time you gonna fuck up my... I'm sorry, I know I said I'm not gonna correct, but you're gonna fuck up my body and now everything hurts and shit not working the way it used to because what? Because of what you thought looked good, bitch? There is one question that I was quite interested about, and it's, can an intersex person get pregnant? They use the H word here and it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, they put it in parentheses, and I know that's a bad, like, just so we're both on the same page, if you don't know what H word I'm talking about, I guess I can spell it out. HERMAPHRODITE. I'm pretty sure that's a bad word, isn't it? If you got, please tell me in the comment sections. I'm pretty sure it's a bad word, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna try and say it. Okay, that's just not for me to do. I'm not that bitch that like to just go and try to sit and go and figure it out. No, I'm gonna sit my cute ass, just sit here pretty and mind my fucking business. Now, one of y'all bitches could go and try it out and try out that foolish shit, but I have an idea. If I even have to think about whether or not it's gonna disrespect someone, I'm not even gonna do it. What's the point? This person said, some of us can. I did. Quite by accident. I have functioning female goodies, but streaks of testes over my ovaries. As a teen, I did have periods. Although shorter and lighter than my other girlfriends, I didn't know I was intersex at the time. Neither did my parents because my appearance was heteronormative female on the outside. By the time I was 22, I had stopped menstruating entirely. Later, when I was 32, I had a genetic workup that revealed I have XY chromosomes. When I found that out, I was like, oh, so that's why I've never had a pregnancy scare. Okay, and assumed I was sterile because of it. A few months later, I had an ear infection and went to the hospital for antibiotics. The nurse did the standard P test, and much to me and also my intersex boyfriend's surprise, I was several weeks pregnant. My body miscarried shortly after the second trimester began, and it's been determined that I can conceive. However, I cannot carry to term due to the hormonal weirdness of my system. In the second trimester, my HCG hormones wouldn't increase and my testosterone wouldn't decrease. It made for an inhospitable environment for a growing sea monkey, and it simply flushed itself. That was the only time I've ever actually been pregnant. I wouldn't want to do it again. Oh, that made me sad. Oh my gosh. How sad. That must have been heartbreaking. And now I'm wondering if this person, I don't know what their pronouns are. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not going to assume, so I'm just going to say they. But imagine, like, I'm not sure if they wanted to have a child, but imagine being like, okay, I didn't want a child originally, but now I do. And then you get prepared for this child, and then boom, you find out because of how you were born, you cannot carry this child into term. I mean, of course, there are other ways to conceive a child. Like you can have a surrogate mother, things of that such. But just so you guys know, Intersex Awareness Day is on October 26th. It already passed, so I cannot celebrate the way I want to. But next year, when October come around, you know we are up. I'm gonna probably have a party or something. Because I did not know this until I actually started researching for this episode. So imagine, I only learned about this earlier this week. We should all know about Intersex Awareness Day. We should all know about that. Should be talked about. But that's why Kyra's here. Because she's helping you and she's talking about it. Okay? But let me know what you guys thought about learning of intersex individuals today. Are you intersex? Do you have any stories that you would like to share with the class? Please let us know in the comment section below, and I will be free to read your comment, hopefully. Or if not me, then other people in the comment sections will be sure to read your comment and respond. Let's have a nice, clean, and appropriate conversation in the comment sections, okay? For my next segment, latest obsessions, I'm probably only gonna do the music, the manga, and then I'll briefly talk about Dun Dun Dun, because girl, I'll briefly, because I gotta go. It's 3:13. I have a meeting at 4. The girl, it's a mess, girl. I'm not even ready. You think I'm gonna wear this to the meeting? Look, my titties is out. I can't do that. Don't even come to the camera. You came to the camera when I said my titties is out, huh? Or were you already here? That's terrifying. You already here. Some of y'all be at the camera waiting for me at the door. That's my worst nightmare. People looking at me and I sit in front of a camera and I talk. Ain't that something? Anyway, for music, we have Telling the Truth by Mary J. Do I even need to finish the fucking Mary J who? If I say Mary J, who y'all gonna say? Blige? Okay. If I say Mary J, who you gonna say? Okay. All right. Just had to make sure we were all awake. Yeah, I keep messing with my hair because it's my eye. But I had to make sure we're all awake. In the song, she says, now you miss your water. What you gonna do? Your well went dry. Was I the one you thought of? I know you see that pain behind these eyes. Now I know you're caught up. Damn, I know you're caught up. Oof. That's like, this is the kind of song I'll play at brunch. Ooh, y'all know I want to do some DJing at some point. Maybe, just maybe, I'll get a DJ board, but that will probably have to be after I get my PC and I'm moving to my new apartment. Look, baby steps. All right, baby steps. I'm not one of those millionaires you guys see on TikTok and Twitch and all that shit, which I will start streaming in January. Just wait on the day, because we are going to have like a welcome back stream party, because a lot of you know me from YouTube. A lot of y'all know me from podcasts, and a lot of y'all know me from my old vlogs. But the real bitches remember me from Twitch, okay? I was on Twitch with it. But I'll talk about that later. That was just something I wanted to bring up. Anyway, next song is One of One by Ravian. I think her name is Ravian Lene. And she said, thinking way too much. We ain't in a rush. If you're here to stay, lay here when I lay. We been hurt so much. Don't you act so tough. If you're here to stay, baby, drive my way. Too cute. That's it. We're not doing 3 songs. Well, actually, I'll do 3 songs. I just don't got the lyrics for this last song because it's in French. Y'all know how I feel about the French language. French and I just we don't get along. Creole, now that's different. French, and you would think because it's a branch. No, my mind is just, maybe I'm just being a hard-headed. Yeah, I might just be hard-headed. I hear French and it just goes right out the other ear. It's like, wah, 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 wah. Don't ask me why. Love y'all French people. Some of y'all French people, because y'all colonized my people. But I love some of y'all. I don't love your ancestors. Your ancestors actually full of shit. Some of y'all actually full of shit too. I didn't even want to say that, but I just had to bring it up real quick because I know a lot of French people and they be full of shit. Girl, I might have to wrap this up now, because why is my neighbor vacuuming his car with this big ass industrial, like, I don't even, we're just gonna keep talking until the wheels fall off of the motherfucking bus, because the show must go on. If y'all hear a vacuum in the background, just go with it. It's fine. It's a Sunday, people cleaning. I get it. Am I going to move? Fuck yes. Y'all don't understand. This last month, I'm going in. I'm fine. I'm moving. I've been talking about moving from this fucking place since I started this podcast, because all people do is make noise in this neighborhood. You know, I live in a hood. I'm leveling up in this world. I'm going to live in a nicer hood. We ain't in a high rise yet. I was thinking about it. But shit, I'm putting my foot down. I'm going to pay that extra $400 for a little bit of peace of mind while I record for you guys, okay? I'm going to have to do that. But next, let's get into the manga. I found this manga because of one of you guys. So the person that recommended this manga, I just want you to know, Chef's Kiss. Kiss is out to you. You deserve a kiss, okay? If you don't want a kiss, you deserve a hug. You don't want a hug? I'll stare at you for a little bit. You ain't even got to be physical. I just want you to know I'm there, and I just want you to know I appreciate you. So, yeah. It's called The Summer Hikaru Died, and the description says, this series is about a young boy whose body is being used as a vessel for an otherworldly being. It also explores themes of being queer in a small conservative town, grief, obsession, and otherness. I'm hearing that, and my brain was like, ding, 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 ding. Like, this just sounds good as fuck. It sounds fire. If you don't think it sounds fire, then we have obviously different tastes, because this sounds insane to me. I'm going to read this manga, and if it's that good where I'm like, okay, so y'all going to make an anime. So apparently it has 5 volumes as of June 2024. If I read this manga and I'm like, okay, I need this to be an anime, we need to have a meeting or something. We need to do a protest, not a protest, because that would be bad. I don't know. We need to do a GoFundMe or something to the artists so they can get some money and just make an anime. But I'm going to read it because it sounds really good. Again, if you guys have any recommendations that, I like psychological gore, it doesn't even really have to be like psychological horror. It can be just something that it's very thought-provoking, okay? Make it something juicy, thought-provoking. I'll be a little bit scared. I let my heart race a little bit, but my heart doesn't have to be terrified for it to race, okay? It can be just so romantic that my heart is like, ooh, stop. My body's like, stop. Like, it could be that good that it doesn't need any gore to be good, okay? Just, I love when you guys recommend me things. I just want to make sure that I say this. All your recommendations, if not for me, they're being shared to people that I love or to people that I interact with. So no worries. Also, I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm going to make sure we have either a Discord or like a Reddit thread. We'll most definitely have a Reddit thread, but I'm really thinking about making a Discord, because at least there, when I have streams, I can make it known in the Discord chat, or just like so you guys are aware of what's going on, and so I can talk to you guys and get maybe on a different level, just because we're not a big platform, but we're also not very small. So if you guys do want to interact with me, but not just me, other people in the community, I would love that. That would fill my heart, just so we're both on the same page. I'm looking into making like a Discord so we can all just be locked in, because we're locked in, but we're not locked in. You understand? And also mods. I'll be thinking about mods. Nah, don't be in my comment section. Be like, oh, mod me. Relax. Don't call me mommy. And don't say mod me. Lord, there he go with that vacuum, girl. I'm not even going to talk about Dan Dan. I'll probably save that for the next episode. But I will do the free flow segment, because that has to happen. I just decided to do like a cute little story time for the free flow. I hope you guys don't mind this vacuum. Again, I keep talking about it, but imagine y'all don't even hear this shit in the background. Then I just sound like an asshole. I'm just talking shit about my neighbors, right? I'm the fucking Karen. I'm the fucking Karen, right? So we have, am I overreacting? My boyfriend just confessed that he's 20 when I thought he was 24. I, 24 female, have been with my boyfriend, 20 male, since March, 8 months. For context, we moved quickly in our relationship. I have a son, 2 years, and I'm currently pregnant with my boyfriend. Ooh, so a couple weeks, oh wait, okay. They're together for 8 months, right? That wasn't just me that seen that. I'm not knocking you. I'm not yucking your yum. I think that's the term for it. I was just trying to make sure that I read that they're together for 8 months and she's pregnant with his baby. So a couple weeks ago, I got pulled over and the cop ID'd both of us. At one point, the cop asked him, "You 20?" He replied with, "Yes." I was taken aback since I thought he was 24. Like he had told me from the beginning. I asked him about it when we got home and he denied saying he was 20. Fast forward to yesterday, something made me look at his ID and it said 2004. I would throw up in my mouth, bitch. I would throw up in my fucking mouth, bitch. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. I was in shock. I told him and he said he's 20. And I was in shock for the rest of the day because here's a man who thought I was cheating every time we weren't FaceTiming. I wasn't. 8 months together and I'm pregnant with his kid. He had so many opportunities to tell me the truth but didn't. I told him I'm not ready to forgive him for lying for so long. I don't know how to feel. I love him, but I have a sister who's 20 and I basically raised her. So for years, I told myself I would never date someone her age. He spent his birthday here too, so he just turned 20. I don't know what I'm typing this for. Am I crazy for feeling betrayed? I feel like I don't know him anymore. Like he's a stranger. He said sorry yesterday, but it didn't seem like he meant it and I didn't accept it. I feel like one, I do understand why some people are intimidated by age. My boyfriend is turning 25. I'm 21. When we first started dating, he did admit to me that my age was, it could have deterred him from talking to me. And I was like, what? Why would you say that? Also, I was so used to dating older men. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the youngest guy that I've been with. Yeah, I know. He's a 24-year-old man. I'm 20. And I just said that that's the youngest guy I've ever been. Yeah, I know. You ain't even got to tell me, big boy. You ain't even got to fucking tell me. You know that meme where it's like, you're a victim. You're a victim. I know. Now what? Now we both looking at each other. Sad, bitch. Anyway, because I know a bitch was out there like, ooh, girl, you're a victim. Okay, we get it. But so when he said that, I didn't understand it. But when he started to explain like how it is maturity wise, there really is a difference. Those 4 years, those 2 years, that 1 year, it does make a difference. I personally would never, date someone that's my age or younger than me just because of that factor. So I can kind of see what she means when she says that. But I know it probably feels even more uncomfortable because she has a sister that's the same age. So she probably sees her sister as an infant. Because mind you, she raised her. She said, I practically raised this little girl. So, and Matt, she sees her sister, and now she see her man. Her man is supposed to be her man. She's, you know what I mean? Her man. Now she's like, oh, you baby ass bitch. You're a baby ass bitch. And now she's probably like, ugh, like I feel a little bit uncomfortable. That probably gave her the ick. I will say, this is why I'm a really big advocate on doing background checks on your partners. Everybody should do a background check on their partner. I said this as an unpopular opinion at some point. Whether or not you agree with me, that's up to you. But you should be doing background checks on your partners. Your partners should be doing background checks on you. I feel like if someone's going to be in your life, you need to know who they are. And if she did a background check on her partner, she would have found out that nigga was 19. He wasn't even 20 when they were dating. He was 19 when they started dating. 8 months they're together. She got a big old belly. She's pregnant for him now. And she finds out she was impregnated by a 20-year-old. I'd feel like you're a fraud. I feel like you're a phony. I'm scared. I would genuinely feel so uncomfortable just because like that type of lying in the relationship, to some people like, oh, it's just about the age, but it's different. You can't even get a drink if we go to a bar. So wait, hold on. You trying to tell, maybe they don't drink. But what about R-rated movies? Y'all didn't get ID'd for an R-rated movie. You didn't go to a movie or something. You don't have to drink, but R-rated movies, you know? I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, that's just, wow. He went 8 months without her knowing. That's crazy. But like, you can't even, what are you going to do? I see. I don't know. I can't tell her what to do because at the end of the day, that's your baby daddy, girl. You're going to have to see his face. Oof. Oof. I would throw up in my mouth. Oh my, and swallow. Wow. Oh gosh. What would you do in this situation? Would you stay with him? Would you guys break up? Would that lack of trust just break the relationship? I don't know. I think that lack of trust would, but at some point it's like, damn, like, are you providing? Will you be a good parent? Can I look past this? Can we get past this? And if the answer is yes, then I would probably stay with them. But if the answer is no, then I'm not going to even waste my time. It's just an unfortunate situation for the child at the end of the day. Because now that's just a broken home. But don't stay together if you know you're not going to be happy. And you need to be happy for the child because the child needs a good environment. So, slippery slope. What would you do? Because I don't know what I would do. Thank God I'm not in that situation. I'm not even hating on her situation. I'm just like, oh, girl, thank goodness. You know, some things happen to people. You like, oh, Lord, I feel bad for them. But, oh, thank goodness it wasn't me. That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. I'm not saying, oh, I'm just being like, oh, I'm appreciative that it didn't happen to me. I'm not, that sounds so bad. I feel like shit now. I feel like a piece of shit. Y'all looking at me like I'm a piece of shit. I'm just saying, like, I'm happy that shit didn't happen to me. I was just being honest. Damn. Y'all like this podcast because I'm honest, but then I say one thing that's a little controversial. It's like, shit. Y'all ain't even say anything for real. I just feel like some people would say something. So I'm trying to defend myself. Anyway, take care, brush your hair, wash that motherfucking derriere. Your girl needs to go and clock into a motherfucking meeting, bitch. Your girl clocking in, bitch. Your girl got shit to do. I got important things to do. I gotta go wash my pussy. Y'all know, okay, wait, hold on. That wasn't me just saying that to say that, which I do gotta go wash my poom poom. But I was just saying it because you know the meme. Oh, I got important things to do. I need to go wash my pussy. If you don't know that, then this is very awkward. And I'm sorry for talking about my vagina.